What's going on, guys? Sumi here with ThoughtCast. Today I'm talking about the most deadly drug out there in the world. Now, there are a lot of drugs out there, some that are not so harmful and some that are ridiculously dangerous. But there's one drug that kills more people than all the drugs out there combined, and that is alcohol. Now, for those of you who are listening and watching that haven't guessed that alcohol is the most deadly drug, you might be like, why would you say alcohol? It's legal. You can go to a bar and get it. That's exactly my point. Listen, alcohol is so psychologically dangerous to you, it's a slippery slope. There are people that don't have problems with alcohol, there are people that do. And there's no metric to decide who has a danger with alcohol and who doesn't until something goes wrong. Until someone gets a DUI, until someone gets in a drunken bar fight, until somebody kills himself with the effects of alcohol, we don't decide that alcohol is dangerous for them. See, alcoholism in itself kills more people than any other drug out there, about 88,000 people a year. And the thing is, alcohol is still legal and available for everybody over the age of 21, and in some countries, over the age of 18. Alcohol is so accessible. That's the problem with it. See, we've normalized it in culture today to go and grab a drink. Think about that for a moment. When you say, let's go grab drinks, what does that mean? Does that mean let's go grab orange juice or a gallon of milk or let's go drink some water by the bar? No, it's literally to drink alcohol. There are bars that are very well run establishments that survive off the sale of alcohol. See, a lot of times, if you worked in the nightclub industry or the bar industry, you'll realize that the highest grossing product for the bar is the sales from alcohol in itself. The beers, the vodka sodas, the vodka crayons, whatever it is, right? That is the highest grossing product. The food in itself is not necessarily the markup. It's the alcohol that drives the profit, especially for nightclubs. Think about how crazy that is, guys. There's literally organizations out there, establishments out there that just serve alcohol and play loud music and have hot girls around. It's literally just an environment for you to indulge. And alcohol is the vehicle that allows you to do that. Alcohol decreases the centers of inhibition in the brain. So when you drink alcohol, you become more animalistic. You become more primitive. And alcohol hurts in ways that you can't even imagine. First off, all the deaths that occur from alcohol aren't even measured. You know, there's people that kill themselves when they're very depressed because they've been drinking for days and days. There's people that engage in bad behavior because of alcohol. There's people that die in motor vehicle accidents, and it's not necessarily always listed that alcohol is the cause. It's usually that it's just a motor vehicle accident, dependent on the data set that you look at. And the biggest thing I'll say is people have health problems that develop over years, and it's because of alcohol, cirrhosis of the liver, heart failure, so on and so forth. Even cancer has been linked to alcohol. 7 forms of it have been linked to alcohol. And this is a thing that people don't necessarily understand. Alcohol is so dangerous. And it's not even dangerous in a health-based perspective or a safety-based perspective. It's dangerous in a psychological perspective. Think about how many relationships that you have probably gotten ruined from your partner going out, getting too drunk, and cheating on you. Think about how many people have hurt others in domestic violence because they've been drinking too much. Drinking in itself has become a mistake, or I was drunk. It's become a state of mind that's been normalized. It's not okay to be drunk and commit vile actions, but people have normalized it and used it as an excuse. And I've heard this over and over in my time as a nightclub promoter and just working in the bar industry. See, I'm here to tell you what society doesn't want to tell you. You know, they say drink responsibly, but how can you be responsible about something that reduces your inhibition? The more you drink, the more irresponsible you get. The more you engage in the substance itself, the more likely you are to engage in dangerous behaviors. Alcohol is just a slippery slope, and it goes downhill the more you drink. And the first drink in itself is something that can cause you to become a very dangerous and toxic person. I want to tell you guys a personal story that I have with alcohol as well. Now, I've never had a problem with alcohol. I've always been able to control what I drink, and I'm not a crazy drinker. When I was a lot younger, I was able to drink a lot and control my liquor, but there's one situation that I remember that changed my perspective on alcohol. I used to be in a relationship with someone that had an alcohol problem. And I didn't really believe in alcoholism because I've worked in the nightclub, I've worked in the bar industry, and I always thought that, they just like to party too much. I never got one-on-one with someone that suffered from severe alcoholism. And I'll tell you, alcohol is one of the only drugs that you can die from the withdrawal symptoms in itself. That's how crazy alcohol is. And this person that I, engaged in a relationship with, I'm not going to say their name, they had a serious problem with alcohol. And, I wish them the best. I think they're a wonderful person. And honestly, they were a wonderful person when they were not engaging in the substance itself. But the moment they took a sip of alcohol, it was like the devil came out. I've never seen this in a person before. And this is what actually changed my mindset towards alcohol in itself. Some people have a serious problem with alcohol. But when you're 21 years old, you don't get a test from the government or the state that says, hey, let's see if you have a problem. Everyone is just released to the bars and released to the wild until something happens. My message to everybody out there is to not drink responsibly. It's to stop engaging in vices. I used to be one of those people that used to work in the nightclub that would judge people that said, oh, I could have fun without alcohol. And I'd be like, yeah, right. Trust me, alcohol is a hell of a time. It's a lot of fun when you're out partying. But the reality is, waking up with a hangover, increasing your health problems, increasing the calorie that you take, these are empty calories, guys. They're absolutely useless for you. And literally just drinking poison is not good for you. It is not good for your health. It is not good for your sex life. It is not good for your weight. It is not good for anything that you do. It literally impairs you. A lot of us have normalized alcohol as social lubricant to go and engage in conversation. But the thing is, you don't need to. The biggest people that I respect are those that are disciplined enough to have the conversation to not engage in alcohol. And I'll tell you right now, I'll engage in a drink or two. I'm not someone that stays away 100%, but there's no regret attached to it. When I drink alcohol, I don't do it with regret. When I engage in something like this, it's a very, very special event or a celebration where I have it planned out and I take measurements to make sure that I'm doing it responsibly. At the end of the day, a lot of people don't do this. So my biggest advice to you out there is stop engaging in this kind of behavior. If your friends are going out to the bar, think about what that effect is going to have on you. Is it going to help you gain more money? Is it going to help you become better in business? It's usually not going to allow you to do anything but wake up with a hangover in the next morning. So take a moment and think about your drinking habits. Those are your friends, and those are the social circle that you're in. And try to take one less drink this week, this month, this year. Sumi out.